What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD Mobile video. So yes, I do understand that I do have the background from Warzone Mobile. I haven't really had the chance to actually get any footage for COD Mobile since I've been busy with the other game. But anyways, I do want to share the patch notes because we are a few seasons away from Season 4. So with a month, or I guess a little bit less than a month, left before I get shipped to basic training, I do want to at least cover the last season I'm able to do, which of course is Season 4, and also to show you guys I'm interested in both games, not just one of them. So the first change we do have is the Type 19. The ADS bullet spread got decreased from 1021 to 1018. So I'm assuming that this is probably going to make the weapon a lot more accurate than before. I mean, the Type 19 has always been one of the more accurate things. If anything, it's kind of interchangeable between this one and the Growl. So I mean, either way, I think it might not be too much of a difference, but it might be a huge one in Battle Royale. So finally, for the first time in a while, or I guess anything significant for the Growl 556, its base ADS movement speed got decreased by 3.16 meters per second to 3.07 meters per second. I don't really know how much of a difference this is going to make. Of course, when it's the base, anything that gets changed, that also follows with whatever attachments that you do. So it might have this weird domino effect where it might actually significantly change the weapon with certain attachments, such as no stock or any sort of light stock that helps with this type of ADS movement speed. So now we have a nerf to the recently released thermite mag for the Man of War. The damage radius was decreased from 0.65 to 0.45. So if you're going to want to damage enemies that are close to each other, you're probably going to have to be a little bit more accurate. So now we move on to a gun that really doesn't receive a lot of changes that often, which is the S36. So the damage increased went from 30-23-18 to 30-24-18. So in the second range, as well as the addition of the multiplier for the lower arms, will actually make this thing a little bit more usable at longer ranges. So if you guys know, the S36, it does kill really fast, only up close. However, when you get to the second range, then it becomes a 5-shot kill unless you hit in the head. So having something like this increase for the lower arms does increase that 4-shot consistency. So now we move on to the cordite, and really the only change that was made was the hit flinch. So it got decreased from 1.2 to 0.8. So now we move on to the MSMC, which I would say received probably one of the bigger changes for this patch notes. The headshot multiplier got increased from 1.1 times to 1.3 times. So if I'm guessing, I haven't looked at the stats, and honestly I haven't been on the game for a while. I'm assuming that this is going to make the gun a 3-shot to the head. And for the chest multiplier, it got increased from 1 times to 1.2 times. So maybe there's a possibility that you could maybe shoot 3 times in the chest and kill someone, or just maybe have some better consistency with 4-shot at a longer range. And for the hip fire spread, it got decreased for multiplayer only from 191 over 205 to 100 over 180. So I'm assuming that's a lot. I don't really know how they measure the spread for ADS bullet spread or hip fire spread, but seeing how drastically it changed, I'm assuming it's a massive amount. So now we move on to the PKM. Lower arm multiplier buff got increased from 1 times to 1.07 times. So again, might increase the 3-shot and 4-shot consistency depending on where you're shooting. For the ADS bullet spread, it got decreased from 920 to 818. So I'm assuming that's probably like a minor change to the bullet spread. Maybe it might be a little bit better for BR. I'm not really that sure. But also the hit flinch got decreased from 0.8 to 0.65. So using a no stock with this thing might actually be a more viable option now. I mean, it probably is right now at the moment, but even a better option now. So we move on to the LW3 Tundra. We got a change that really doesn't matter at all, given how fast this gun is. We have a breath hold time decrease from 6 seconds to 2.5 seconds. Really, the only way to make up for this if you really just use iron lungs. But again, with this thing, you aim faster than you lose your breath, so it doesn't really matter whether or not, like, this thing could have the breath hold time reduced down to 0 seconds. It wouldn't even change anything for this gun. So yeah, this is probably one of the most minor changes of this season. So now we got changes to the Tech 9. So the range got increased from 10, 20, 30 to 12 in the first range, 22 on the second range. So the hipfire accuracy also got increased for BR only, went from 120 over 180 to 40 to 80. So I'm assuming that's maybe half. I'm not really that sure how the numbers go, but I didn't realize it was actually that bad for this gun. But yeah, hopefully this might be a better close range option for Battle Royale. But as for the range increase, I mean, that's going to help us substantially with the burst attachment. So yeah, this thing's going to be a monster. So now for the swordfish. So the halberd mag got a stomach multiplier increase from 1.1 times to 1.3 times. So not really sure how much this is going to help. 1.1 times to 1.3 times, you know, multipliers like that do help any gun significantly, but this one I'm not sure if it makes a 3-shot range possible, or well, not 3-shot range, but maybe a 4-shot range possible for this gun at longer ranges as well. As for the Mag 10, the range also got buffed in the first and second meter, which is basically now it's 8 in the first range and 17 on the second range, so nothing too crazy. So now we move on to a change that's probably going to alarm a lot of people, given that this has been meta for a very long time until recently. The ADS movement speed buff for the CBR went from 3.69 to 3.9 meters per second, and the hit flinch got decreased from 1.1 times to 1 time. So yes, this thing is, well, I mean, it's not really back, I would say. I mean, it's probably still going to be in a very nerfed state, but again, you know, the ADS movement speed was a problem before because this thing was all about that ADS speed with the high accuracy. So I think we might still be able to have the best of both worlds for this gun, but I'm not really that sure. So now we move on to just the rest of the changes regarding BR classes and perks and just score streaks in general. So pumped and jet boost adjustments, flight height will remain the same regardless of what trick player uses. Super jump bug fixed. I don't know if that was a thing before. I mean, I don't play BR there. But operator skills, utilities, and score streaks. Havoc. This is the new operator skill that was released, I guess, this season. So the activation points requirement got decreased. Death machine activation points requirement got decreased as well. The gunship score requirement got decreased from 2,000 to 1,900. So basically just 19 kills flat. The Guardian also got an HP increase from 400 to 650. The Persistence perk score multiplier decreased from 2 times to 1.8. Alert perk will now detect enemies within 0.2 seconds delay in 10 meters radius 0.8 to 0.2. The Vulture buff also got another HP recovery increase from 30 to 40. So there you go, guys. That's basically all of the different balance changes for Season 4 of COD Mobile in 2024. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave a like and make sure to subscribe for some more COD Mobile and Warzone Mobile content. I'll see you guys next time.